I don't even know these words. I can't even say this. Isn't this what happens when you speak English? I'm sure many of you have faced similar challenges, but have used simple English words and moved on. Using unnatural English, that might not be exactly like what native speakers use, but can still be understood, is okay if we use English as a tool. Since most of our conversations consist of explaining things through the explanatory text of the words and phrases mentioned here, a small sense of the English language may be refined. This is an attempt to do so. Reading practice. For speaking. Read silently or aloud, as if you were telling it to someone else. Audio will be without repetition, with a brief pause between each chunk or sentence. Reincarnation.
Reincarnation is a belief that after a person or animal dies, their soul or spirit comes back to life in a new body. It's like a cycle where someone gets another chance to live in a different form. People who believe in reincarnation think that what they do in their current life can affect what they'll be in their next life. It's a way of saying that life continues in a repeating pattern of birth, death, and rebirth. Reincarnation is a belief that after a person dies, their soul is reborn in a new body. It's like the idea of coming back to life in a different form. People who believe in reincarnation think that this cycle continues over and over again. And each time, the soul has a new life and experiences. For example, imagine you are living now as a human. In the concept of reincarnation, after you die, you could be born again as a new life form. It could be a human again. Or it could be an animal or a plant. This is thought to be determined by your actions and choices. This belief is found in many religions and philosophies. Explaining the cycle of life after death. So, reincarnation is like a recycling of life. Where even after one life ends, it begins again as a new life. It's like how the seasons change. From spring to summer, autumn, winter. And then back to spring again. That's the basic idea of reincarnation. Reincarnation is a word. That means you have a soul. That does not die when your body dies. Your soul can come back to life. In a different body or a different form of life. Some people believe that reincarnation is true, and that their soul has lived many times before. Some religions, like Hinduism and Buddhism, teach that reincarnation is part of the cycle of life and death. Reincarnation is a belief found in many religions and philosophies. Including Hinduism and Buddhism. according to this belief. When a person dies, their soul or spirit is reborn in a new body. This cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continues over many lifetimes. This is called the cycle of reincarnation. The type of life a person leads can affect their next life. This is often linked to the idea of karma. If a person does good things, they may have a better next life. If they do bad things, they may have a worse next life. This encourages people to live a good and moral life. Reincarnation is the belief that the soul of a person is reborn into another body after death. Some people believe that the soul is reborn into a human body, while others believe that the soul can be reborn into the body of an animal or even a plant. There is no scientific evidence to support the belief in reincarnation. But many people find comfort in it. Reincarnation is a belief that some religions have. It means that when a person or animal dies, their soul or spirit can come back to live in a new body. For example, let's say a grandma dies. She was very kind in her life. Some people believe that her soul may be reborn in another person. Maybe it comes back in a baby. That is born after she dies. This baby is now living with the grandma's soul inside. Some think the new body could be human again or maybe an animal. The soul learns new lessons with each life. The goal is to become better and reach heaven or nirvana. After many lives. Buddhists and Hindus believe in reincarnation. They think your actions in this life affect what you will be reborn as next time. If you are good, you may have a pleasant life when you return. If not, it could be harder. That is the simple idea of reincarnation. The soul cycles through lives to learn. And improve itself before finally stopping. In some beliefs, when people die, their spirit or soul comes back to live in a new body. This process is called reincarnation. Many religions think that after the body stops, the inside part that is you does not really end. That part keeps living again in another person or animal. That is being born. So a person who lived a long time ago and died could come back in the future as a baby or other creature. The new life does not remember the old one. But some think The soul learns from all the lives it lives. Buddhists think reincarnation happens over and over. With the goal of improving each new life. Hindus believe souls can be reborn. As different people, animals, or other living things. Depending on how they behaved before. Some people say they remember things from past lives. But it's hard to prove. Belief in reincarnation is a way for some cultures to think the inner self lasts. Even after the body stops working forever.